sports show, master plan, flow, can't cheat, and I take Jake Fo show. One professor knows when alley-oop jamming and 10 toes never fold out to win. The boys were better ran.
I need my hands. I just want
Let's go, street pro, bottom line, flow, canteen, hot take, Jake, and sports professor, you know, Street professor back again, it's game time. A la playa, no playtime, it's play guy. Cause we ain't talking about practice like AI. Sports professors spit the best takes out like AI. Artfully intelligent, I can't write mine. Rhyme citing your girl's DMs like Messi after the goal time. That was a triple entendre, did you catch me rambling? Flipping Simone Biles, we the bottom line champion.
I need my hands.
Let's go, street pro, bottom line, flow, canteen, hot take, Jake, and sports professor, you know, Yo, street professor, I'm back, baby, like I never left. Bottom line, flow, canteen, hot take, Jake, and Yo, what up, friends? You know what it is. The Bottom Line Sports is in the building. Yes, we are here, and you see we brought a special guest along with us today. So, you know what it is. Let's start with my man to my right, the OG of the program, Statman Cam. What's good, my brother? How you doing today?
Hey, what's good? What's good, sports special? Hope everybody else is good, man. Been a great week. Let's get it going, baby.
Yes. It has been a great weekend. Please make sure that we are being shared in the Bottom Line Sports Facebook group. And for all y'all that have not joined, please join at the Bottom Line Sports on Facebook. If you like sports news and trash talk, we do a bunch of it. So Canteen, make sure that we're shared there. And please as well share it to my page so everybody can see a thing. All right, cool. As well, right below me, you know what it is. You've seen him on this program for a long time, my brother, Hot Take Jake. What's good, brother? How you doing today?
WrestleMania this weekend. I'm loving every bit right now, man. We getting crazy.
Ooh, don't
time for Cena to
don't
avenge
tease
it, man.
the people just yet.
All right.
I mean, you already teased them. I might as well segue it because joining us to special guest, NFL and DMV, which stands for Diesel and Virginia Insider, Shane Peacher is here with us. Yes, we are going to talk Alex Ovechkin goal-setting record. We're going to do an NFL mock draft, NBA, NHL playoffs. But first, Peach, thank you very much for joining us. Go ahead and let all the people know where they can find you on the social media.
Hey, come at me at Twitter at Peachomania. And let's get it going, guys. Let's talk some sports. I'm excited for this. Let's go.
For sure, bro. Thank you for joining us tonight, man.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Yes, sir.
This idiot froze?
Yeah, I guess so.
No, not the frozen.
Yeah, and
oh,
there he is.
He's back.
And it's all the people flooding my internet. And also, I want to say tomorrow night we are also going to be blessed with the presence of Mr. Shane Peacher again, as he is a pro wrestling, one of the foremost insiders there in pro wrestling. So tomorrow night, special edition, banter, brawls, and bravado WrestleMania edition. It will be Hot Take Jake. It will be Shane Peacher. It will be yours truly, the sports professor. And we will also have our brother from IOW. Just a little bit.
Yeah, you mute up a little bit, brother. Just a little bit. But
okay, that's cool. Just a little bit. Okay. All right. Well, I'm plugged directly into the internet, so I don't know why the ether. Not sure what's going on. I'm plugged directly into the Ethernet, so that shouldn't even be happening. But anyways, all right, we'll keep it moving. Anyways, like I said, tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern. Check us out. Make sure you're subscribed to Ball and Buds, or you can go to the Bottom Line Sports as well. There's a handy QR code up top that will take you to all of Ball and Buds social media. Y'all ready to get started?
Let's do it.
Get it.
Let's do it, bro.
All right. Let's kick this bad boy off. You know how we like to start off first with Hot Take Jake's Hot Take of the Week. What is your hottest take of the week, my brother?
This one's going to hit close to home, all right, Omar? I'm sorry to say this, but you know, the playoffs of the NBA is starting.
Why is it always got to do with me? Why is it always?
Last week you got mad over the Carmelo. Hold on, the other week you got mad over Carmelo not being I don't believe Carmelo was a Hall of Famer.
Jake, let me preface.
I'm gonna get Peach's opinion on that too.
Jake, let me preface this before you start. Let me preface this. Professor, prepare yourself, because it's about to be some hot BS. Just hey, rub your hands.
Hot booty juice coming out of his mouth.
This is more closer to realistic, guys.
All
I'm about to ask y'all this, and you know, after seeing another head coach fired, the Phoenix Suns head coach, what's the idiot's name? That guy just got fired yesterday.
Budenholzer.
Budenholzer.
Mike Budenholzer.
With him getting fired, it's sad to say this, but guys, I think we're going down an era of coaches winning championships and being fired. And it must go to this. Guys, I know we're going to get into the playoffs here soon. Unfortunately, everybody has the Celtics, everybody and their mama. You know, Omar's over there screaming away that they're just favorites to win it all. Something tells me more than ever. Not this season, but at least by the middle of next season. There's only one head coach that has been safe, and that's Steve Kerr. I believe Joe Mazzulla will be fired in September or October of 2025 for the Boston Celtics. Let me tell you why.
What?
Hey,
oh
look,
my God,
Professor, why you let him?
I'm starting to figure stuff out, guys. Guys, the NBA is the most parody sport on the planet. It's more parody than actually the NFL. There's a lot of parody in it. There's been new championships every year. You haven't had a two-peat championship since the Heat. Since the Warriors in 2017, 2018?
2017, 2018, bro.
Yeah, we have not seen it. I believe Joe Mazzulla is next on the chopping block. I know it's far-fetched take right now.
Omar.
But I do believe the fall-off is on its way, Omar. I'm sorry to say, bro, but we're seeing a contingency of things over and over again. The only person that's safe was Steve Kerr, and that's because he built a dynasty with the Warriors. He's safe. I'm sorry to say it, Omar.
Let me say this, Professor. Let me say
have this for the next 4 months with your coach because he will be gone. I'll push it to November, but something tells me there will be a big riffraff. I'm telling you right now, Omar. Y'all are going to fail this season. That tells me you're not winning a championship this season, Omar. I told you how fluky that chip was. Go ahead, Canteen. Go ahead.
Okay, so Jake is, talking out of his ass. I don't know what he's talking about. He's talking crazy as hell. So you saying Mazzulla gonna be fired based off of what? Based off of the Celtics having a good record, based off of them doing what? They've been making numbers, they've been producing, they have won. What are you talking about? Now I got it.
I think they failed to make the NBA Finals this season.
Let me talk. Be quiet. Budenholzer deserved to be fired. There's no way you have all that talent in Phoenix and Durant and you don't win. And
what about Mike Malone?
You won't even get to play in.
What about Mike Malone?
He was with the Nuggets.
I know what happened to him. He got fired too. I'm telling you, it's a tendency.
What I'm saying, Jake, is this BS. BS.
And it's not good. It's BS. And it's BS because it's not going to happen to Joe Mazzulla, okay? He has a 50, almost 60-win team. They're going to win the championship again. What reason would they have to fire him unless something off the court happens. So unless
Omar,
you
if
have
y'all
some
do
sort
not
of
make the
Biff
NBA Finals,
sports almanac like premonitions, then tell me now. But
Okay. So let me
if y'all
you think
miss
they
the
would
NBA Finals and y'all
you
lose
think
to
if
the
we miss
Cavs
the
or another
NBA
team,
Finals, they will fire
Okay,
our coach?
guys.
You
I
really
think there'll be
that?
some riffraff
Hey
going
guys,
on.
let me say this. Right now, who is Boston playing in the playoffs right now with the playoff picture right now? Who does Boston match up against?
Well, we have to see who the
It's
seventh
going
and
to be
eighth
whoever
seed is.
wins the game right
Yeah.
now. Whoever wins the game right now
The
between the
Atlanta
Hawks
Orlando game
and the
right
Magic. Peach, what do you
now.
think about that ridiculous take?
Man, Boston gonna run through them.
Think about it, bro.
That's like
Think
shit
about
running
it,
through
bro.
a tin horn.
Think about the
That's like
history
shit
of the
running through a
NBA
tin
right now, the
horn.
past 7 seasons. Look
Jay,
at all the championship winning coaches and what happens to them a year or two later.
Jay, what are you
But
talking
you
about?
have to think about the history of the Celtics too. They don't just fire coaches. It has to be like I get it. It's a hot take. I'll take a hot take, right? Like that's the hottest of hot takes. That is left field. I don't see it happening, my man. I just
Come on, Jay, you know better than that.
Would you rather let go of would you rather let go of a head coach too early or too late? They had Doc Block. Y'all know what I call him, Doc Block, the man that couldn't win a championship. He got one championship and celebrated it for the next 15, 20 years and got other new jobs every damn year off of that. Come on, man. I'm telling you.
Look. First of all, stop. You already know the rule on this show. There is no besmirchment of the great name of Glenn Doc Rivers. If you ever disrespect my championship winning coach, I will come through that screen and slap the damn daylights out of you. You understand?
Most overrated head coach of all time.
Second of all, Joe Mazzulla is not getting fired. That's ridiculous.
He ain't gonna get fired, bro.
Like Shane said, you have to be bad. You have to do something like lose games. When you're a winning coach and you're making the playoffs consistently, you're not going to be fired just because you have one off season. If they even miss the finals, which is not going to happen anyways because we're going to win the championship. Peach, what do you think about his hot take from last week, which was even more ridiculous than this week? If you could,
Carmelo Anthony.
Last week, he had the nerve to say that Carmelo Anthony is not a Hall of Famer. What do you think about that?
He definitely is by numbers, but I'm not with him because he's going to make the Hall of Fame, but I am with him on I don't like that kind of Hall of Famer, right? That's not my type of Hall of Famer.
If we're going to let him have it, let Rudy Gay have it. Let all these other guys get it.
No, he's not Rudy Gay. Stop it,
You keep bringing up this Rudy Gay shit. Jay, excuse me for cussing for
Go ahead, Peach. My bad. I interrupted Peach. Go ahead, Peach.
He is a stat packer for sure. He's one of those guys. But with what he did, it's impressive on that end. But like I said, I need winning too. I need a combination of both, and he just didn't do it, especially in the playoffs. At all.
The team looked better with Jeremy Lin.
That's true.
My God,
that's true. He did not win, but numbers-wise, he is though.
Numbers-wise,
we're not going.
Baseball and basketball, the two sports that put in the very good instead of the great, right? Like,
we can definitely all agree on that because I agree with you all. It should be the Hall of Great, not the Hall of the Very Good. But I do think Carmelo was for at least a 10-year period the best top 3 at his position. Correct. So I mean, scoring champion. He didn't win a title, but neither did Dan Marino, and Dan Marino's a Hall of Famer, no doubt about that.
Well, another issue that he has is he was drafted in the same draft as LeBron. So
there you go.
That kind of, puts him down.
Well, that's not his fault
for sure. It's not his fault, but it happened, right? Like it's not his fault.
And similar to Dan Marino, he wasn't really surrounded with that much talent. Although Dan Marino
did it to himself. Don't do that.
Right.
He chose to go to the Knicks.
He went to the money, right? He
I don't want to hear that crap. Look at Omar, bro. Man, hey Omar, zip up his pants, bro. Damn. Son of a gun. This guy going too far with that dude.
Don't be using my jokes on me, man. Get out of here with that. Rock Chalk, thank y'all for tuning in. If y'all like true crime, please check out Rock Chalk True Crime Podcast on YouTube. They are awesome for the true crime news. So shout out to them. Thank you for tuning in. All right, D. Cleasy. Carmelo not going to the Hall is like saying Warren Moon shouldn't be a Hall of Famer. I like that.
Blank, period. Please.
What do we say to that, gentlemen? What do we say to that?
Warren Moon didn't have a fair chance. He came late. Don't do that. Remember, he was not. He was in the CFL for a little while there. He didn't. If he went prime for prime all the way through, Carmelo was there since he was young. He had every chance in the world. Guy sucked it up like no other, man. I'm sorry. I'm calling a spade a spade. He's overrated.
They go to spade a spade. They go to spade a spade, Professor. A spade is a spade.
What do you say about this Hall of Fame Warren Moon comp here, Peach?
That's a good comp, actually. I like both kind of guys that put up huge numbers but didn't win. I like it. I like the comp.
Right. I think it's a pretty accurate comp in terms of the type of players.
Football is a more team-friendly sport, though.
More comprehensive.
You can control more in the NBA. You got 4 other, teammates. You got
less people that you have to depend on, is what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Come on, man.
One guy can impact a basketball game more than one guy can, affect a football game. That's
Thank you.
Right.
Come on,
fellas. All right, I get that. All
right.
Cool. Well, let's keep it moving. You know what it is. Next, it is the Sports Professors Mixed Bag. All right. Let's get into it. First of all, got to give a salute to Rory McIlroy for winning the Masters this weekend. Baby. Put the green jacket on and took the gorilla off of his back. Almost blew it on the 18th hole, missing the putt and having to go to overtime. Luckily, he birdied the first hole in overtime to beat Justin Rose. We are going to go to our special guest here first. Peach, what did you think about this Masters ending?
I think
Was that me? Am I frozen?
No, you good, bro.
Peachy, you're froze.
We lost you, Peach. Canteen, what did you think about the Masters?
Oh, he's back.
Go ahead, Peach. Go ahead, man.
Oh, he's back. He's back.
I said he put that jacket on and off quite a few times at the end there. I thought he was going to choke it away. So happy for him because he's one of the best golfers in the world, and there was a point where you never thought he was ever going to get that green jacket, but he did. So that's awesome.
Yeah, 10 years now since he last won his last championship at the U.S. Open in 2014. Had never won the Masters. Now he is a Grand Slam champion, winning all of the majors in golf. So, yeah, he is up there in rarefied air with Tiger Woods, Jack Nicklaus, Gene Sarazen, and Ben Hogan. So that's just like really up there territory. Canteen, what'd you think about the Masters?
You just hit it, man. You just hit it, man. When he won the Masters, he hit the Grand Slam. He hit all the major tournaments. He's checked all the major boxes, which has put him in a different category of golfers. He's arrived. He's checked the box. He's done that. Shout out to Rory McIlroy. He's arrived, man. Congrats to him, man. He's done. Clubber D checking in to check Jake on his language, saying just because you say spade a spade, a catchy phrase doesn't win you the argument, son.
Look at Clubber D. Clubber D, hey, tell Clubber D, because I'm not liking some of his takes on UFC. We'll get into that a different day, but I'm going to get on him soon. Don't you worry.
Okay, well, how about you get on this? How about you get on this topic? What do you think about the Masters?
Look, and I can first admit it. I thought Roy was the next Tiger whenever he first came in. I really did.
Okay. A lot of people
I thought he was going to be the next one to steal the show. Of course, in my opinion, I've always, and y'all have heard me say this many times, I don't think Tiger's the greatest. I think Phil is. But in my opinion, Rory did his thing. The thing that hurts me the most, though, about it is did he win it? Did he win it, or did Rose choke it? That's what I want to know. Because I think Rose had it well in contact to win that.
Well, Rose went down a couple strokes early and came back to tie it. Then they went into a 3-way tie with Ludwig Aberg on the 14th, and then by then Rory started to stay up one stroke the rest of the way until he missed that putt at the end. So I don't necessarily think Rose choked it away. I think he tried to contend as best as possible. I think if anybody, as Peach said, Rory at the end, obviously with that putt, almost choked it away. So, but
I think the wrong person has the jacket on is what I'll say. That's what I'll say today.
Hey, well, it doesn't matter because Rory's the one taking it home, and he's the one that's going to be able to wear it from now on and make so many more endorsements and money and everything off of being a Grand Slam winner. Next story in the mixed bag. Yes, how about Paige Beckers being drafted number 1 to the Dallas Wings yesterday? WNBA draft went down. Paige Beckers went number 1. Dominique Malonga from France, they're calling her the female Wemby, went number 2. And Sonia Cintron went to Peach's DMV Washington Mystics. I thought it was a great pick because she brings experience to a Mystics team that really needs that. Peach, what did you think about the WNBA draft yesterday?
I mean, it is what it is, man. Women's basketball is getting better and better. It's kind of crazy because if you asked me 10 years ago, I wouldn't have even watched the game. So
now, did you hear that she signed with Unrival and she's going to make more in her first year than she's going to make over her 4 years in the WNBA? Did you hear that?
I did hear that. It's pretty insane how things are going, but the women deserve to make a little bit more money. They've been kind of getting shafted, but again, they don't bring in the eyes. They just started bringing in the eyes, right? So that's what brings in the money to the league. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Jake, what do you think on that one?
Proud of Paige. I think though the steal. I've been following Kiki. I think she was.
From FUSC.
I think she's going to be probably the best player out of that draft.
Okay.
I've seen her play. I think she's going to be the best. And then I won't say it yet, but there's one that came from Lubbock, Texas. She's going to OU this year. I'll say her name soon, but get ready for her next year. I'm going to get you updated. This girl is great as hell. Y'all going to start hearing her name pretty good. Last name Chavez. Get ready. But yeah, shout out to Kiki. Shout out to Paige. And I don't want to hear anybody compared to Wemby right now. Come on now. Come on. That's about to be the future GOAT. Don't do that. Don't put that pressure.
She's from France. She's 6'6". She's got a good game. You know, the comparisons make themselves. Canteen, what did you think about the WNBA draft yesterday?
Man, I have to give it up to Russell Westbrook in Georgia. Amore, she's phenomenal. She's short, guard. Man, she's gonna do great things. I think she's gonna blow up and do really, really well in the draft. But the girl that's really, really gonna do what I think is gonna be the baddest person in there, Haley Van Lith. TCU guard. TCU.
Mm-hmm.
Cutthroat.
Now, sir, did you say Russell Westbrook? Did I hear you correctly?
Westbrook designed the girls' clothes.
Oh,
Georgia. He was the designer of her whole entire outfit and stuff.
Oh, damn. Well, there you go. Yeah. Insider information.
Yeah,
all right.
Man.
Shout out to Brody. I know Brody's a fashion designer. Salute.
Yeah.
I love me some Russell Westbrook. All right, cool. Well, that was the WNBA draft. For the rest of it, you can check it out. It was 3 rounds. There were some surprise picks. Cheyenne Sellers, the DMV zone. Peach knows about her there at our dear University of Maryland. She went to the Golden State Valkyrie at pick number 2nd round, somewhere in there. I don't remember the exact pick, but there you go. All right, Western Michigan Broncos topped vaunted Boston University to win its first NCAA men's hockey national title. We don't really need to go into detail on this. If anyone has thoughts, that's fine. I just thought it was pretty cool that Boston actually, a perennial college hockey champion, lost to Western Michigan, which is not very much known for their college hockey team. Anybody got any thoughts on that?
I'm good, bro.
Okay, cool. That's what I thought. All right, Reese Davis is sticking with ESPN. College Game Day after Fox Sports went on an all-out effort to try to lure him from ESPN to join their big noon kickoff. Instead, Reese Davis signed a 7-year deal in the tens of millions to stick at ESPN, where he has now been for 30 years. Canteen, what do you think about Reese Davis denying Fox to stay at ESPN?
Hey, rock with ESPN, man.
No,
I mean Fox has its pivotal points, but ESPN got all the GOATs.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Stephen A. Smith, Shannon Sharp, all the GOATs are with ESPN. Fox has its selective people on the Fox side. There's just Canteen point of view now. Somebody else may have their point of view, but that's just me.
Peach, what do you think?
Hey, he's a staple at ESPN. I'm glad he stayed because Saturdays on ESPN wouldn't be the same without him, right? I mean, it is what it is.
The one moment in particular with him and Pat McAfee comes to mind, but that would have never gone viral if it wasn't for Reese Davis and his innocence. Jake, what do you think about Reese Davis staying with ESPN?
Proud of him for a little while there. ESPN was on the fall, man. So I'm proud that they're starting to catch back up. They ended up, getting Shannon. They stole some players back. I mean, the second Fox came at them with Skip, Shannon, Colin. They went crazy at them at the 2016 year.
Right.
They just went crazy back to back to back. So now ESPN slowly built their way back up to being, and of course, having Stephen A is just top tier. But yeah, proud of Reese. I'm glad he's staying there. I'm glad he's staying at ESPN. He deserves it.
Yes, sir.
Froze again?
No, he good. Oh my good. Oh my good.
Yeah. I thank you for talking about Stephen A. Smith, because he's my next story. Stephen A. Smith has been in the news widely about a possible presidential candidate run in 2028. Now, he just signed a new deal with ESPN. Y'all haven't heard this? He's been all over the conservative and liberal airwaves and news as a possible contender in 2028. Pete, you were shaking your head. You heard of this? Peach, can you hear me?
I can now.
You go, yeah.
Well, my thoughts on that?
Oh, go ahead. Go. Yeah. What are your thoughts on that?
No, please no. Just no. Can we keep this? Can we keep the celebrities out of the presidential race, please? Please.
I mean, we already got the biggest one of all as president right now, don't we? I mean,
and how do you like that, right? Like, you see where I'm getting at? Hey. Let's get away from that.
What did you think about Stephen A. Smith being president? All right, cool. I'll take Jake. Okay. I thought you were just telling me no.
Can I? Let me share.
Yeah, go ahead.
Stephen A. Smith, a Winston-Salem State graduate, played basketball. You can look up his stats and numbers. He was a horrible basketball player, but he has a college degree from HBCU. Stick to what you know, man. Stick to being an analyst, man. You ain't gonna be no. I don't want to curse on here tonight because I'm feeling kind of saucy tonight. Go ahead, man.
I mean, that's a little bit of telling the athletes to just shut up and play ball, though, don't you think? Jake, what do you think about this?
Go ahead, Jake.
I don't see him becoming a presidential candidate. What I will say is he has kind of hinted that he doesn't want to do sports analyst for a while. He's also hinted that he's kind of wanted to follow the Will Cain type of thing, where he went into straight, where he has the politic debate shows on his side. So I think eventually we will get a Stephen A. I think this is his last contract at ESPN currently that he just signed. I think this is it. And I think he'll go lean towards debating more political. So that's the best I see him going. I don't think he becomes a president. He's like a Rock either, man.
But guys,
I do that with the Rock also.
But here's the thing. Do you guys see him being on
Dwayne, if you smell. Go ahead, Kenty.
But do you see him on a big platform, Professor? Like on a big political platform as based off of what, man?
I don't see him actually being president, but I do like the talk of it because obviously there needs to be a shakeup, and he is a independent like myself, and I actually modeled my show, shameless plug, the Professor Seminalmente every Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Check me out. But anyways, I modeled my show after his because obviously he started in sports and now does the news, and I'm trying to do similar to the same thing. So it was inspiring to me, and I can see how, okay, well, if he is intelligent, which he is, and he does at least have some kind of political acumen, then maybe people would be inclined. I mean, people talk about voting for, you just mentioned The Rock possibly being a candidate. Oprah has been talked about, right? All different kinds of celebrities have been talked about because people seem to trust celebrities more because they see them on TV and find them to be, even if they're the worst person in the world, we don't know these people from Adam or even if they're good people or not. So as most of them turn out to be assholes anyways in the end. So, but anyways, all right, cool. Just wanted to get your thoughts on that. And that was, one more story. Update here. The NCAA versus House settlement for the NIL. And we'll talk about the thing that happened this weekend. But Judge Claudia Wilkin told the NCAA and said that for the lawsuit, she wants to approve the lawsuit. The only thing is they're going to have to change roster limits. They're going to have to increase the roster limits so that they grandfather the kids
Increase
in now.
or decrease?
Increase because because kids are losing their scholarships right now because they put roster limits, and so a lot of kids at the end lost their scholarships and we're not able to go to school. So the judge said they have to grandfather those kids in and expand the roster limits at least until they get it going. But what's going to happen when this gets approved, y'all? A salary cap basically will be instituted in college football. Each school will be allotted $20.5 million a year is what they're talking right now. And that will get us into the subject that we're going to get into a little bit with the NIL deal at University of Tennessee and Nico Iamaleava. But I just wanted to bring that up and update everybody because I know I told you all about that suit last week. Does anybody have any thoughts on this NCAA suit? Obviously, this stemmed from the O'Bannon case versus EA Sports, 10 years ago, and it's all rolled downhill into all of this. Let's not touch on Nico yet, but what about just this case that's going to be settled soon this year? Anybody got thoughts on that?
I'm good, guys.
Okay. All right. No worries. I just wanted to see if anybody had thoughts. Okay, cool. Well, let's move it on. And that was the Sports Professor's Mixed Bag. All right, cool. I don't care that much yet about that. Let's go. All right, moving into our special guest here. I want to first say congratulations to him as a loyal Alex Ovechkin fan, as a loyal Capitals fan. He even went around to a bunch of gas stations to find a newspaper because who knew newspapers still existed? He also has a tattoo of Ovi on his behind. No, not his behind. But he does have an awesome Ovi tattoo of the Stanley Cup champion winning moment. He is a huge Ovi super fan, and I want him to give a tribute to his hero. The floor is yours, my friend. How do you feel about him breaking Wayne Gretzky's goals record?
Hey, man, a record that I never thought I'd see broken, even when Ovi was scoring 60 goals earlier in his career. But yeah, man, he is the greatest goal scorer of all. He's not the greatest player of all time. That's still Wayne. No doubt about it. But he is greatest goal scorer of all time. He did it in the same amount of games Wayne did. He passed him. So I'm glad you don't have no asterisk there.
Very true. Very true.
And let's be honest, Wayne did it in an era where the goaltending was horrible. Skinny pads, the guys stood straight up. Okay, got it. Now I do understand that Alex has like 3,000 more shots than him, but man, it's the same amount of games. You know what I mean? Okay. I love it. I think Alex Ovechkin, and you guys know, Omar, I love the Commanders. That's my number one. Like NFL football is my number one. Alex Ovechkin is the greatest athlete in DC sports history, and I don't care about. I love Darryl Green. I love Darryl Green. I love Art Monk. I love all of the guys, but Ovi is the greatest athlete we've ever had here. It's the closest to being the GOAT in any sport in the DC area, right? I think I'd say he's top five NHL history.
Go ahead.
There's no other
top five NHL history. Oh, that's a good debate.
NHL history.
That's a good debate.
He's about to be number one ever in hits as well. So he's a physical player. Like people don't realize that. Almost he's like right now he's third in hits, but by the end he's gonna get that number one spot in hits. Yeah.
I guess I would put him right there around 5. I mean, you're thinking Gordie Howe. You're thinking, I mean, obviously Wayne Gretzky's number 1. We know that. Gordie Howe maybe number 2.
Bobby Orr. Come on,
Bobby Orr. Yeah, Bobby Orr. Maybe who else we're thinking?
Sidney Crosby. Come on, man.
Not Crosby. Mario Lemieux over Crosby.
He's better than what? This is a recency bias moment right now, is what I'm going to say.
Well, recency bias would be saying Sidney Crosby. I said Mario Lemieux, who's older, so stop it. Anyways, okay, so yeah, I would put him around. Yeah, I'll put him in the top 5 probably. Okay, all right. So Alex Ovechkin, but we do need to just say, I'm not being a homer as a Wayne Gretzky Kings fan, but Wayne Gretzky, and I must state this every time, if you took all of his goals away and never let him score, he would still have more assists than anyone in the league ever had total points. That's wild to me.
That's the craziest stat of all time. Take all his goals away, and he's still the leading point getter. It's insane how good that guy was.
That is insane. Now, I do have it a debate because my dad sent this article to me about the most unbreakable records. Now, I would say that we can all probably agree this is probably up there in the top 3 to 5 as even maybe number 2 as the most unbreakable record ever. Will we agree on that? Do we think anyone is going to pass Ovi in the future? It is possible, I guess, but
just in that sport or of all the records?
Well, let's talk NHL first. Do we think anybody can pass Ovi in the future? First of all,
I do not, because players rest a lot now, right? Like Ovi is another one of them.
That's what I was about to say.
He came up and he played 95% of the time his whole career.
In
like
an era where they played all the time. Yep, exactly.
Yes. And
Yeah,
he barely missed any games, and that just doesn't happen. It's why Cal Ripken's record's not going to get broke, guys. Because
boom,
baseball.
That's where I was going next.
You said Cal Ripken,
That's where I was going next. I think that's the most unbreakable. I think
Which
that's
one?
number one. Cal Ripken,
Game streak.
60 games in a row in baseball. No one's ever going to do that again.
And guess what? They're both my favorite players of all time in each sport, because I'm an Orioles fan too. So, and they're both number 8, coincidentally.
The record never to be broken is LeBron's all-time scoring record. What are we doing here, guys?
There go Jake.
No, I'm just calling a spade. Nobody's going to catch that number.
So here, I'm going to go through the list. It came from a Yahoo Sports article. So they say unbreakable records that are absolutely unbreakable. Pete Rose's career hits, agreed. No one's ever getting to 4,000 hits again. That's not happening. Cal Ripken's 2,632 consecutive games, agreed. They don't let you go play every day in baseball anymore like that. Jerry Rice, NFL 22,895 career receiving yards. I don't think anyone's. I think the only person close is DeAndre Hopkins, and he's still like 10,000 yards short. So like it's not. It's not happening,
man.
What about DiMaggio hit streak? DiMaggio hit streak ain't never gonna. No chance.
Yeah, I don't think so either. They don't have that on Unbreakable, but you're right. I don't think that's. It could happen, but it's highly unlikely. Barry Bonds is 762. They say probably unattainable, but I could see if we went on like a power surge, especially with torpedo bats, I could possibly see somebody passing that at some point. Tom Brady's 7 Super Bowl wins.
I doubt it. No, I don't think nobody gonna top that. I doubt it.
That could be broken. I mean, Mahomes, you never know, right?
No,
I
doubt it. I doubt it. No,
I doubt it
what
too,
about
but
what about Emmitt Smith's 18,355 career rushing yards?
Nobody gonna top that either.
Because they throw away running backs now. You play. Yeah, there's no chance.
Boom! That's exactly right. And look, Jake, you're right. They got LeBron in here.
You're damn right. They better have LeBron's in there.
A running back is irrelevant in today's NFL league.
Yep. Yeah, we saw that. We saw it with Peach, we never got your thoughts on this. What did you think about the Giants' monumental fumble of Saquon Barkley live in public, only to then have him run it back in their face and win a championship with their rival? How do you feel about that?
Man, great.
They get what they deserved.
That's about right.
And what makes it worse for them is it was on Hard Knocks. You saw it live and
everyone to see.
Mayor was so pissed. I don't want to lose our best player, and then they lost him to the Eagles. Oh my God, the GM should have been fired right then and there, man. Immediately.
On the spot, bro. On the spot, he should have been gone.
That's a fireable offense right there. I'm sorry. I don't care who you are.
And now you're going to let him make this top pick. That's for another discussion, but you're letting that same guy make a top 2 pick. So, all right.
But that's a great tease because we will get into our NFL mock draft in just a little bit. But since we are on hockey with Alex Ovechkin, let's go ahead and talk a little bit of NHL hockey. Peach, your Capitals had the second best record in the league, 50 wins, 21 losses, 9 draws, while the Winnipeg Jets took home the President's Cup trophy with the most wins, 55 wins, 22 losses, 4 draws. How do you feel about your Capitals' chances going into these playoffs?
I love their chances because they have, which I think is the coach of the year in hockey right now, Spencer Carberry. They actually built correct. They have a whole bunch of young guys playing. I am worried about how they ended the season, though. They kind of went on a little slump. But, again, they had nothing to really play for besides the record for Ovi because they had such a big lead in their division. But you still want to go into the playoffs hot. You know how that is. Hockey's the one sport where 1 through 8 seed, anybody can win the Stanley Cup. It doesn't go chalk's way often, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely not. It's definitely more varied in hockey, especially with the. I mean, let's just be completely honest. The home ice advantage in hockey is just something else, and so not only do you get usually a good boost at home, but also the physicality of the games just doesn't allow for teams that often to just like sweep other teams. It's not like basketball where the Celtics are going to sweep the Hawks next week. That's just not. It's not what it usually happens. Now, does it happen sometimes? Of course, but it's not usual.
And you know what else happens in the NHL? The miraculous hot goalie that comes out of nowhere that you can't get anything past it. And it's like it's just one of them strange things, man. Them series happen. All of a sudden, this goalie can't put a goal past him, and the favorite loses. You know, in a 7-game series, it's insane. I love the NHL.
Yeah,
hockey.
Let me bring up the bracket here so we can take a look at this for everybody. So this is what the current standings are going into this week. We got 2 games left, so we're not going to give predictions yet. We'll wait for everything to play out, but I just did want to show everybody kind of where we stand. Does anyone have any thoughts on what we're looking at here on this bracket? Well, we got a couple days out.
I hope the Capitals get Montreal and not Columbus, who we lost to 2 times in a row. I'm just saying. Stay away from Columbus right now.
I'm going to make my plea right now to the NHL. Please stop with the conference seeding out of the wild card. There's no reason the Kings and Oilers should be playing for a 4th damn season in a row. And I'm not just saying that because we lost to them 3 times in a row. All right, cool. Let's keep it moving. That's enough for the NHL. Let's move it on to NBA. We have the play-in going tonight. Canteen, can you give me an update on the score of the game going on right now? We have the play-in starting tonight, going through Friday. The playoffs start Saturday. Yes, sir. What is the game score right now?
So right now we have the I'm waiting on the score to pop back on the TV. The professor. We have the Hawks playing the Orlando Magic, and it ain't looking good right now for the Atlanta Hawks. I'm waiting for the score to pop back on the TV. Well, it's halftime. So I can't even see the score, but I'm going to put it on my phone.
Don't worry about it.
47-61.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Jake. So the Magic are winning?
What you got, Jake?
Yeah, Magic are up 61-47 against the Hawks.
It ain't looking good for the Hawks, bro.
Ooh, I missed some comments here. My bad. Bianca, salute. So, yeah, she's with the Rock Chalk 2 Crime. Again, y'all check them out. Tap in. Salute to Bianca. She's awesome from Australia. Aussie. Oi. And then Daniel Barry, shout out from Let's Talk Sports, watching in, always tuning in. You, brother. What is good? Sorry, I'm getting to those a little bit late. We were looking at the mock draft there, but the NHL, excuse me, there. So the NBA, though, we've got the Magic winning this game. That's going to make it harder on my Celtics. I won't lie. They're a lot more physical than the Hawks, so that's going to be a little tougher of a series. They may actually pull a game out from us, but not more than one. Let's go ahead. I want to bring up the NBA bracket here. Let me go ahead and present this. Ooh, whoa, get out of here. All right, there we go. Boom. So we got an NBA bracket here. You can see it. We've got the play-in games on the left and right-hand sides. So as we just talked about, we had the Hawks and Magic. We also have the Bulls and the Heat coming up as well. And then the Bulls and Heat are tomorrow. But then we got the Kings and Mavericks. And then the Warriors and Grizzlies, who I believe play tonight as the late game. So, what I would want to have from everybody here, don't predict the play-in games because we're not going to go through all the games. That would take forever. But go ahead, taking a look at this bracket, who are going to be your NBA Finals and who are going to be your champion. Canteen, start us off. Who you got?
From the West, I'm going Thunder.
It's a good pick. It's a very good pick. League leading 68 wins for the Thunder.
I'm going Thunder Timberwolves, man.
Thunder Timberwolves in the West.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. And so who you got coming out of Thunder and Timberwolves?
Shit, Thunder, man. They clean the shop, baby. Running
Hey, clean the shop. And then what about the East? Who you got in the East?
Gonna be Celtics and Cavaliers.
Okay. And who you got coming out of that?
And Celtics are gonna beat the fuck out the Cavaliers.
All right, Celtics.
First.
You got Celtics Thunder. Hold on to your NBA Finals pick. Jake, who do you have in your Finals matchup?
All right, I'm going to go East first. I got the Pacers versus the Celtics in the conference finals.
Wow, Pacers. All right.
And I got Pacers winning that.
Wow.
And then
What?
I have,
oh, my God. How did I not know that?
Hey, Omar.
It's Hallie time. It's Hallie time. Get ready.
Omar. Hey, Professor.
And I think we would do this. We would do this during the COVID years. We were promised this and we never got it. But I got an LA matchup of a lifetime. The Clippers versus the Lakers finally give it to us. Kawhi looks healthy. Oh my gosh, we got an LA matchup for the championship. And I got Lakers going. So Lakers.
I tell you what. If the Lakers play the Clippers in the
who the hell wants to watch that dumb matchup, Lakers?
That's going to be an all-time matchup.
I cut all my hair off my head.
What?
If the Lakers and the Clippers play the championship, I save my head bald.
Your head is already bald, Canteen. Stop it. Anyways, let's keep it moving. You meant cut it all the way off. Okay. All right. Well, hey.
To the scalp, to the scalp.
Okay. We holding you to that. You might not want to, because as Jake said, the Clippers are the hottest team in the league right now with a healthy Kawhi.
You got all the snippets right here. If the Clippers and LA play in the championship, I will get on live and cut all my hair off bald.
Wow. Okay.
You heard it here first.
All right. Do that.
You heard it here first.
Hey, I like that. Peach, who you got as your finals matches?
I'm just going to go straight to the NBA Finals because I think it's going to be another.
I appreciate
Lakers,
that. That was the
Lakers Celtics match. Lakers and Celtics. But let's get to the real story for me. The draft lottery. Come on, Cooper Flag. Let's go Wizards. Win that lottery, baby. That's what I'm looking forward to. That's all I got to look forward to every year is the dang lottery.
Yeah. No, I don't blame you, but hey, Cooper Flag could be a franchise changing for the Wizards. And at this point, with how bad they've been for the past, how long? When was the last time y'all made the playoffs? Gilbert Arenas?
We waited with Wall. Remember? Yeah, we played with Wall and Beal.
John Wall. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you being quick, Peach. As I originally asked the question for just a finals matchup, but everybody else wanted to go off the rails for no damn reason. I'm going to go Thunder Celtics as well. Just like Canteen, there's nothing else to say there. They're just the two best teams in the league, and I can't see anybody else beating them. And I'm not going to be a homer like Jake and pick the Fakers because they just suck. I'm going to be a homer and pick my Celtics because we're the best team in the league. All right, those are our finals matchups. Now we are going to give our NBA champions, but first let's hit a couple comments. Brandon Clutch B. Cleveland coming through says Thunder versus Celtics, and he has the Thunder winning it. I won't say hint, hint. He's a Thunder fan, but that's okay. Clubber D comes through. Spurs versus Suns. Western. He wants to see Jake in the Western Conference Finals. That's great. Two teams that are sitting out making the Western Conference Finals. I love it. The Suns, that's a tough year to have that super team and now fire your coach, and now Durant's going to leave. And where do you go from here? It's not like Beal is that great of a player. He's getting older. I mean, your only real saving grace is Devin Booker at this point. Right? Anybody not agree with me? Okay, never mind. Forget it. All right. We good, give me your NBA Finals champions. Canteen, who you got, Thunder or Celtics?
I'm going Celtics in 7. Celtics in 7.
Season 7. Let's go, baby. Jake, Lakers versus Pacers. Who you got?
I got Lakers, man. I think LeBron finally cements himself as the GOAT with that win. That would be awesome.
How many games?
Can't wait to see it. They win in 5. Lakers in 5.
Huh?
Well, that's a horrible finals. Why'd you give us First of all, you give us Lakers and Pacers, which is horrible to watch stylistically and just as basketball traditional fans. And now you're going to give us it only in 5? We can't even get 6 games? Jeez Louise, dog. All right, Pete, you got Lakers versus Celtics. I like that matchup.
Celtics in 7. Celtics in 7, baby.
Season 7.
It's going to be the Red Auerbach magic because of Omar being at his funeral. That I just had to bring that up just because I don't know if you ever told that story, but that's a great story nonetheless.
Yes, I actually I told that story the other day, or not the other day, about a month ago or something, when I had a mool on the Professor Seminalmente. I talked about how we went to Red Auerbach's funeral. It was out in D.C. We were in high school. We skipped I think we were like juniors or seniors. We skipped high school and we went to Red Auerbach's funeral. I met Robert Parrish. I met Kevin McHale. I met JoJo White. We were invited back to the Auerbach household with everybody, but we thought we had pushed it too far already, so we decided not to go. So, but anyways, it was an awesome time. May he rest in peace. Also, we got to shovel dirt there's a Jewish ceremony where everybody gets to shovel a little bit of dirt onto the person's grave. So we got to actually put dirt onto Red Auerbach's grave. How crazy is that?
Omar, you said rest in peace. Is that Paul Peace?
Is that Paul Peace? Paul Peace is tremendous. Wait, was it? No.
Okay, let me tell you the story. No. Let me tell you the story. The Paul Peace story. Yeah. Okay, so Omar went to, I think it was in Denver, right? You went to the All-Star game?
Yeah.
And he brought me back an All-Star shirt, which I appreciate very much. But it had the roster on the back, and instead of Paul Pierce, it said Paul Peace. I was like, you bought this off the street, didn't you? Yeah, Paul Peace. So that's his forever the greatest story.
Peace. It's so good. I brought him the souvenir tee, and it just had the wrong name of my favorite player at the time. Like, come on now. What are we doing right now? That's great. Okay. Let's see. Let's get some comments here. Clubber D says, super team my ass. Dumbest trade of all time. Not a great trade. I don't know if it's the dumbest, but it's definitely not a good one that it didn't turn out to be. I think they had him. I don't know. Maybe just for the coach. Maybe Monty. I don't know, man. But that team, they should have got a lot more out of him. Is all I think. I don't think did he die in 2006? If he did, then let me know because I'm pretty sure that we were in high school when we went to his funeral. Which one of these playoff teams will Durant be in next year? That's a good question. Where do we think Durant goes? Some people are saying the Miami Heat. Some people are saying possibly the Celtics, which I would hate. Please don't do that.
Back to Golden State. Back to Golden
Possibly?
State. I heard that. I've heard that.
Hey.
How about go to the Grizzlies and be Rudy Gay like I said he was?
Oh my God! Again with Peach, another one of Jake's worst takes ever. He says that Kevin Durant is Rudy Gay.
He's an underrated Rudy Gay. He's a little better.
I think he's overrated, but man, he's still a top scorer. Like one of the.
He's way better than Rudy Gay.
He's hurt all the time, man. It's like Ken Griffey Jr. hurt all the time.
He reminds me of Jared Jack at times.
He's a top 10 scorer of all time, and he's definitely top 50 in the NBA all time. I would say.
That's a reach.
I don't know. I mean, what do you think, Pete? You think top 50?
Yeah, I'd say top 50.
I'm not putting him over Pippen.
Yeah, I say top 52, Professor.
I'm not putting him over Scottie Pippen.
Clubber D says the Suns were financially dumb. Got it. Yeah. You're not putting him over Scottie Pippen? Okay, that's actually a good debate. I think that Kevin Durant, obviously the better scorer, but was Scottie Pippen the better all-around player? Yes, of course. So, I mean, yeah, I don't know. You'd have to look at that. It's a very good comp, actually. I'd like to do some looking into that. All right, let's keep it moving. That was our NBA playoff coverage. Oh, I didn't give my pick, but I don't think I have to. You already know. You see it from the hat. Back-to-back champions. Those Boston Celtics going to beat the Thunder. Let's go in. Just because I want to go to Game 7, and me and my dad are looking at tickets, I'm going to go Celtics in 7. How about that? Boom. Courtside at Game 7.
Hey,
you'll see me there.
What's up? Celtics in what?
Celtics in 7, baby. Let's go.
Hey, no.
You got Boston.
I want the professor to say it one more time.
Celtics in 7 in the back-to-back world. Undisputed, reigning heavyweight champion of the world.
And then your coach gets fired.
And then our coach gets fired magically somehow. Like, what the
Okay.
Right.
We'll see.
He'll retire before he gets fired. He'll retire early before he gets fired.
Yeah, I can't see it. All right, cool. Well, let's keep it moving. That was our NBA, NHL playoff coverage. Y'all enjoy the playoffs start this weekend for both leagues. Now, we got to talk about the big news from the weekend. NIL drama. University of Tennessee and their star sophomore quarterback, Nico Iamaleava, he did not show up to spring practice on Friday seeking a new contract. He was making $2.5 million before. He saw Carson Beck get $4 million from Miami. He wanted the same. He tried to negotiate. University of Tennessee and Coach John Hupel were like, not going to happen. We ain't going to be the first school to give in to that. Let's be honest, NIL was never supposed to be this way when the Ed O'Bannon case came out. It was to allow students to make money off of their name, image, likeness. But the problem was that the NCAA, under the bullshit of amateurism, held athletes down for so long. Now it's just overcompensation in part for the athletes, which, to be honest, in my opinion, they truly deserve all of that back pay and all of this other stuff. But holding out is a whole new ball game. It's a whole new frontier. It is the Wild West. Pandora's box has opened. The transfer portal is free agency. And again, it's just like gunslingers and wild saloons out here. So, Peach, we're going to start with you being our special guest. What did you think about this crazy, crazy story? Now, kids, the old people yelling at the clouds are not very happy about this. As I said on my program yesterday, Bear Bryant would be rolling over in his grave if he heard of this happening. What do you think?
I always thought the kids deserved money, but we knew with them throwing it out like this, it was going to happen this way, right? They need to quickly salary cap it. They need to quickly make these kids stay right? You sign yearly because they make all this money and then they can hold out again the next year and enter the portal. Something's got to change there. That's all. Make your money, but that's got to change for sure. 100%.
Yeah. I agree with that. They definitely need to change not only the times that you can transfer, like the transfer windows, but they also need to be able to have enforceable contracts, which hopefully what I talked about earlier in that NCAA case, hopefully we'll start to have that salary cap and have now the colleges are all getting GMs and stuff to be able to start to handle this sort of thing going forward. Canteen, you've talked about college and their GMs and things that they're doing these days. What do you think about this?
Here's the thing with the whole college thing, guys. Nick Saban walked away from college football because of this whole rigmarole. That's exactly right. When you have college players making more than assistant coaches, it's a problem. You have guys that are making money off of name, likeness, and image, it's a problem. You have a guy that's a college student. He's a quarterback. Oh, I don't have to come to practice. I ain't got to show up for this. I ain't got to show up for that. Oh, I ain't going to do nothing. And he's demanding X amount of dollars. Excuse me, guys. What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you really telling me? You gonna tell me what you want me to give you, and you ain't even showing up? Dog, stop. Seriously? Listen, Professor. Nick Saban said this. Nick Saban said he had to wash his hands and walk away from the game. Because Nick Saban said it was cats in college banking more than his assistant coaches. That's a problem. When you got a guy like Peach making more than you and you coaching Peach, Omar the head coach and I'm the quarterback coach, and Peach making more than me and you, that's a problem.
In a non-professional sport. Just saying, non-professional, man.
It is non-professional, but I would like to play a little bit of advocate here and point out the fact that
Go ahead, bro.
The coaches, the administrators, all of these people do the same thing. They all go out to the highest bidder. Coaches are sometimes leaving their teams in the middle of the season for more money. So, I mean, can you really blame the players? You know,
Professor, it's the devil's advocate. Everybody going to the highest bidder. Who wants the most money? Let's talk about it, bro.
Jake, what do you think about this story?
I think Nick Saban is one of the most overrated head coaches of all time. I don't care less what that idiot says. I believe he ran the second he knew he was not going to get the best team anymore. And boy, did that guy run faster than anybody before. As for the players, Hey, NCAA, I don't know why y'all don't have a commissioner. This is what happens when a multi-billion-dollar company doesn't have a commissioner, doesn't have rules in place. The asylum, the inmates take over the asylum, and that's what's going on. That's on them. So if I'm the players, I take advantage right now. I'm making all the money I can. I am the highest bidder now. I choose what I want. You follow me, because without me, Tennessee sucks. So I'm calling a spade, and you're going to follow me because I'm going to make your trash-ass team better because I'm that guy.
Professor,
So as a quarterback of Tennessee, I'm letting them know now and never. Either you pay me, or guess what? I'll go find the next guy that wants to pay me because I promise you there's many. There's way more than 3,100 NFL teams. There's a lot more college teams in the NCAA. That's what I've seen.
Jay, I can't argue with you, Jay. You said, hey, you won. You got it. I can't argue with you, brother.
That's very valid. It is the fact that, look, University of Tennessee is not going to be in the playoffs next year anymore. They are completely have lost that chance, and the only reason they were there is because of this quarterback. So yes, he does have the right to say, hey, I took you to the playoffs. You made X amount of millions of dollars off of that playoff appearance. Why can't you break me off another million off of that? So while I get that he has the right to do it, I may have just asked for $500,000 more. I may have been just like, can I get 3 instead of 4? And they probably would have said yes. But as you said, Jake, someone out there is going to pay him. Right now, the main suitors are, because he's from California, FUSC, Indiana, surprise playoff team last year. And surprisingly, North Carolina and Bill Belichick are apparently rumored, which does make no sense, absolutely no sense to me whatsoever.
And I'm going to say this. We all know the system is broken.
Because why would you want to deal with that nonsense?
The system is broken and it does need to be fixed. But if we were all in that situation, we're asking for more money. And that's no doubt about that. With how it is now, get your money. Get it. I'll say
that. With that, guys, real quick, last point. A decade ago, whenever these guys weren't making money.
Get your money right now, man. Get your money now.
What I'm going to say is a decade ago, when these guys weren't making money and practically college kids were barely making it to make their damn next meal, did these damn NCAA care? Now it's on the other side. Shut up now. They got the benefit. Exactly right. Get out of here.
I completely agree. The athletes were screwed for so long. They were expected to go to class and go play their sport, which is a full-time job, and then expected to get by on no money. Nah, man, that's messed up. You got to give them recompense. Shout out, beautiful bearded bastards. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you and everybody. Hit that like button, y'all. There's a bunch of y'all in here, but no one has liked the stream. What's happening? It is free to you, but it is so valuable to us. Hit that like button for us. All right. Elias comes in. Lakers in 5. Of course, he was going to say that.
How you lost your fucking mind, boy?
We know you and Jake are fakers, homers, so we'll let that pass. All right. Well, there you go. That was the Nico Iamaleava. Like I said, he's not the only one going through this right now. There are other players across the country in the same exact situation. Basketball season just ended. You know some of those best players are doing it. And I can give you an example because my UCLA Bruins, we lost our 7-footer, Ade Mara, because he wanted more money in NIL and they weren't willing to pay him. So it's happening at other places. This has just been the most high profile. But also, who's going to be the first school to crack? That's what I want to know. Because some school eventually is going to give in to these holdout demands. And I just wonder what school is going to be first. Elias says, Warriors got a tough one tonight, Canteen. Wow. I don't know why he deserved that, but all right, cool.
Hey, let me tell you, I guess I'm for you tonight.
All right. Wow. Okay. Anyways. You know what? That brings up a good point, though, that I forgot about, but now that you did that, John Morant, all of the controversy with his finger guns and with his now grenade celebrations after being warned by the NBA and Adam Silver to stop it. First of all, the ghost, may he rest in peace, of David Stern is absolutely rolling in his grave for this.
So let me say this, man.
Go ahead. David Stern would have cracked down on this first day.
There will never, ever, ever be a commissioner like David Stern. David Stern would get on their ass. He would crack down on this bullshit. And excuse me for the vulgar language on our show, but it's bullshit. It's straight bullshit. David Stern would lock and cock everything and would be right about what we're doing.
No pun intended.
It's the truth. It's the truth.
So what do you think? What do you think, Canteen, about him doing the finger guns, then being brought into the NBA offices about being warned about it, and then going back out and doing the grenade celebration just to get back to the NBA? How do you feel about that?
Professor, he's an idiot. They keep giving this guy a chance after chance after chance after chance after chance. It's like Omar gets drunk, he keeps driving the car. You're drunk, you keep driving the car. You're drunk. I'm giving you chance after chance after chance. That's
not a good idea. This guy. Not a good idea. Don't do it. No drinking and driving. Take it from the.
They keep experimenting with this guy. For what?
Yeah.
It's crazy to me, man.
Basketball will crack. Also, mid-majors are getting screwed, Clubber D said. Yeah. Going back to the NIL thing. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that is true. Now, it is the one part I see about that, though, is also the players that are not getting enough run at the better schools that are really good are going to go down to those lower schools and help them out. So there's a little bit of back and forth, but I do agree. And then Elias says, what's the point? Yeah, what's the point, right? Like, my thing is, you've already been warned. You know you're going to eventually be fined, which you already have, or possibly get suspended, or even worse, get kicked out of the league. If it was David Stern, he would have already been kicked out of the league or banned for the rest of the season. Peach, you were alive like I was and Canteen was for David Stern. I don't think Jake was. What do you think about Ja Morant and his celebration?
If Stern was there, he would have got the boot. I mean, Gil Arenas, anybody? The locker room, him and Crittenden with real guns, and then he goes out there and does it after the fact.
They gone.
And trust me, Gil was one of my favorite players, and he got the boot and deserved it. I mean, you can't do stupid things, and something has to be done.
Yeah, I don't think you can just continue to throw it in the face of the league and get away with it, Jake. What do you think?
My bad, I'm on mute. Look, I think David Stern would have fixed this in a heartbeat. It's ridiculous that it's going on. Boy, talk about a guy that was practically the NBA was handing this guy to be the face of the league, and he just threw it.
I know. Tell me about
it. I mean, my gosh, man, do your thing, bro. You want to look dumb, look dumb. I've told you this is one of the most overrated players. He's the Russell Westbrook of this era. Does nothing but just stats and can't do anything else. He will never have a championship, so they ain't got to worry about him much longer. This guy is nothing big.
I'm not even mad about the comp because Russell Westbrook is an amazing player. I'm just mad that you tried to make both of these players not good, knowing that they're both great players. Just because he's doing stupid things doesn't make him not a good player. He's still a good player.
What I'm saying is they're for me, myself, and I. They never make the team better. That's what I see it as. Okay. Russell Westbrook would make sure to get those rebounds. And guys would stand back when they could get a rebound just so they could let Russ have that little triple-double he wanted during those 2 damn seasons. This is what reminds me of Ja Morant. He's trying to do the best for himself. Like I said, these guys are nothing. They're not the Anthony Edwards. They're not the future of the league. He'll be in and out pretty soon. Don't worry. He's going to be a second-tier player.
I do think if he keeps doing this, he will be out of the league very soon. Like I said, I don't think he can get away with that much longer. Elias says, I don't think players should be paid in college at all. You see what it's doing to players. Prime example, Kyron Lacey. Rest in peace. But, man, you see what the money is doing to young players. They don't care. Yeah, I mean, when you give young athletes and young men and women money that maybe not necessarily may be able or ready to handle that sort of influx of money that they may have never had before in their lives, yeah, that's tough for anybody. Especially if you don't have the financial acumen or haven't been taught the way to go about handling your money. That's definitely what's going to happen. Now, rest in peace to Kyron Lacey. I don't know necessarily that
was sad about him, man. That was sad about Kyron Lacey. Man.
As much about money, but more just to do with the situation that he got himself into, and then being maybe disappointed in himself of what he did and finding himself at the end of the road and being in a police chase. And then at that point, you just give up, I guess. So rest in peace to him. But yeah, we've got to watch out for these athletes. They're young. They're still children. They're still kids. Technically, they're not 21 yet. I know you can go to the military at 18. I get it. I did. But still technically kids, still can make mistakes, still can do stupid things because their brains aren't fully formed. But we've got to watch out for these athletes, especially because, again, they have to do so much more than a normal student, that we've got to make sure that they're watching out for their mental and physical health. So.
And you couldn't have told me anything if I made $2 million at 19 and 20. I'm just saying. So I understand, but I couldn't have handled it. I know that. You and me and most of the other people watching this program. The money, you're right. The money got him all the stuff, got him in the cars, in the club, in the luxury, and getting him into the thing. But again, you got to have a good support system around you. And I am not going to be out here talking about his father, but a lot of people have pointed to the fact that, his dad goes with him everywhere and maybe necessarily, doesn't say anything. Again, I don't care about that aspect. I think I care more about him. And I like watching him play, and I want him to stay in the league because I enjoy watching him play. I love Russell Westbrook, so that comp works for me. But you can't just keep getting away with this. You're not going to. Clutch says he will be the next Draymond Green. Ron Artest, don't care about the rules, have to be smarter. Yep. I mean, that's what it's heading to right now. Actually, there was an apt comparison of – oh, man, never mind. I forgot exactly who it was that they compared him to. Shoot. Anyways, okay, whatever. I forgot. It was a pretty good comparison of the road that he was on, or the road that he's on now, that was a similar path to someone else. I forgot who it was, though. Anyways, okay. Keep it moving. Jake, are you all right? What's going on down there? Okay, you're not okay. All right, we'll keep it moving. I wanted to get your thoughts on this before we go into our NFL mock draft for the last segment of the evening before we get out of here. We were not here last week. Sorry to leave y'all without a show. We apologize, but we did not get the thoughts on the NCAA championships last week. So, Florida won the men's championship over Houston. UConn women beat South Carolina women Gamecocks in the ladies' side. Does anybody have thoughts on these two championship games last week? Houston's got to get a shot off.
What are you doing?
It ruined a great game, man. Got to get at least a shot off.
Do you blame that on Kelvin Sampson for drawing up that play? That play didn't seem like a good play at all to begin with.
Now, Professor, I will say this, Professor. The last minute and 30 seconds of the game, Kelvin Sampson should have been kicking himself in the ass.
Okay.
I'll say this one part, and I said it to Omar on our other show, and I'll say it again. I think the final four should turn into a best-of-3 series. I hate that the better team is not winning. I don't think either one of those two teams deserve that championship. I'm just being honest. Right. It needs to be a best-of-3 series towards the final four.
What do you think about Peach? Yeah, Jake brought that up to me. What do you think about a best-3 series once you get to the final four?
I mean, it definitely would help the best team win, but I think what's magical about the NCAA tournament is the upsets, right?
That's exactly what I said.
Yeah, yep. I didn't say best-of-3 in the Sweet 16. I said the final four, the big old mano-y-manos, the big boys. Come on, they did that back.
But what if it's not the big boys in the final four? It doesn't have to happen that way. It happened this year.
That barely happens, guys, where the dream, the Cinderella story guy makes it to the final four. They usually make it to an Elite 8. You might have one outlier. But usually the top 7 teams are in there.
Well, I hate Duke, so the one and done made me happy this year. I'll just say
you're a hater. You're a hater.
I am a hater. I'm a Maryland fan. I've always hated Duke.
He's hating on Duke and then praying that he gets the best player that Duke has. Slap in the damn face.
I do want the best player in the draft, of course. I'm not saying that.
Of course he wants the best player.
I know.
Right. I mean, that doesn't mean he can't hate. Doesn't mean he can't hate the university. I hate the University of Duke too, since I went to Maryland. That doesn't mean I wouldn't want Cooper Flag on my team. Shit. Anyways, one thing that Kelvin Sampson did that I thought was really bad here in this game, and it went under the radar, but at the 7:13 mark in the second half, he sent a 50% or 60% free throw shooter by the name of Jawan Roberts to the free throw line to shoot a pair of free throws. And he could have chose anybody, and he chose a 50 or 60% free throw shooter that made one of two instead of choosing one of his better players that may have made two of two. That allowed Florida to actually pull even or even pull ahead at that point. And so that I thought was a really crazy decision by him to not have your best free throw shooter shooting at that point. Jake, what do you think about that game or the women's game, whatever you want to talk about?
The women's game was a decent. I wasn't hating on that one. The men's one, it's just, you know what it is? If it's bad coaching in the end, you're going to see it in the forefront. And that's what I saw. That's why I didn't trust Houston at all, man. They're just bad coaching. They lucked out a couple wins towards the end. And, man, did you see horrible coaching towards the end of it. And, man, for you not to even get a shot off, you should be fired the second you walked off of the stage. Come on, man. Just slapping the damn face.
Yeah, I've rooted for Kelvin Sampson this whole time, and he is a legendary coach. He has 723 wins, more than the Bill Fogg, from Kansas. He is a great coach, but I'm sorry, that play that he drew up at the end. First of all, you have LJ Cryer on your team, who's the most experienced, and he can shoot a three ball. So if you want to get the three, just let your best player shoot the three instead of going to one of the younger, less experienced players to take that kind of shot. Or why not just drive to the hoop and just tie up the game? Why are we automatically going for the win? Like, just take it to overtime. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, but anyways, all right. Well, I just wanted to get your thoughts on those games. Thank y'all for that. Let's move it into our last subject of the day. We are going to do a little bit of NFL mock drafting for you all. So last week, when I was getting ready for the show last week before we decided to postpone, I went ahead and did a mock draft. As you can see here, yes, this is my own. I mocked it. So we are going to have mock draft and NFL expert insider Shane Peacher, who is he is very in tune with the NFL draft every year. He follows, he actually attends in Indianapolis, the Combine every year. So he has insight and eyes on all of these players. So we're happy to have him here with us to check this out today. So let's go ahead, gentlemen. We're just going to run through this. I want you all to look at what I came up with, and then you all can say if you disagree or what else you think may have happened. Obviously, we don't need to go through the whole thing at this moment, but for now, I wish I could zoom in a little bit on this. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see something here. Let me see if I can zoom in a little more on this. Let's see. Nope, that's not it. Nope, that's not it. All right, never mind. Okay, so at number 1, I have the Tennessee Titans picking Cam Ward. This is no secret. Across the league, everybody thinks this is what's going to go down. I live in Nashville. I can tell you I talked to my Tennessee Titans source what was that, yesterday? That was Sunday. Sunday I talked to him, and Jeff told me that he does not actually want them to pick Cam Ward, but that there's no doubt about it, they are going to. I think it's a great pick because I think he is in the mold of a Steve McNair. And Steve McNair is a living legend here in Nashville. And I think that's how the Tennessee Titans are looking at it as well. Peach, start us off here with what you think about, that first pick there, Cam Ward.
Yeah, I think Cam Ward's a lock in Tennessee. I think people are just looking down on this QB draft because of last year. Last year's was so good, and it ended up looking good, in the regular season too. It's definitely Cam Ward number 1. I don't see any shocker there for sure. No shock. Cam Ward 1.
Yeah, Jake. What about you, Jake? You see anything wrong with that pick?
No, I'm not worried at all. Cam Ward should be the number 1 pick overall.
All right, Canteen, what do you think about that first pick, Cam Ward there?
First pick off the bowl, big dog.
All right,
Cam Ward,
cool.
First pick.
All right, well, there you go. Hey, and now also you will see in the second position, you're going to see a wild pick there. You're going to be like, what were you doing, Omar? I was trying to shake up the draft a little bit, and I know that Prime wants his son to go to New York, and I know that New York needs a quarterback. I know they signed Danger Russ, but he's on the way out. They're going to have to get somebody at some point. I have the New York Giants trading up one spot with the Cleveland Browns, giving away a first, a second, a third, and another first and next year. I don't remember exactly what it was. The AI, it's pretty cool because you don't offer the trades like in other trades. On this site, the AI offers the trade, so it's fair. Anyways, what do you think about this? Let's start with you, Jake, since you went last. What do you think about my surprise trade here?
If the Giants were smart, they do this, but I don't see them doing this at all. I think
you like it. All right.
I think the Giants should move up. They need to make a splash. Damn well know that Russ is not the damn answer. But they will not do it. The Browns will still end up picking, and I think the Browns will pick up Travis Hunter.
All right. All right. Peach, what do you think about that right there?
I actually agree. I think I was talking about this before the show started. I think the Giants should have fired their staff, man. You don't want a staff that's on the hot seat picking a quarterback, and they need to pick the quarterback. They need it, but they're not going to because they're in win now mode.
Yep.
And then if they did and it doesn't work well, they're going to fire them and have to bring in a whole new staff. And the new staff is going to have a quarterback that they didn't select. I saw my Washington Commanders, Redskins, whatever, do that for years. They did that for years. They would draft somebody, the staff would get fired, another staff would come in. They should probably take another quarterback, but no, you got to work with this guy. We just drafted him last year. It doesn't work, and the Giants are going to go down in a blaze of fire for it.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. It's not, it's going to be hard because I personally think this is definitely what they should be doing, but what they will do is a whole different question. Canteen, what do you think that the Giants should do here?
Go get a QB.
Okay.
Get a QB.
Yeah. So, do you think that they should make this trade, though, for Shedeur Sanders, or what do you think here?
Hell no,
You think that's a good trade? What do you think? But you say they get a quarterback. What other quarterback are they going to get than Shedeur at that point, though?
I think he's saying that they don't have to trade up to get Shedeur, and I agree. They're not going to have to.
There you go. There you go. He said a mouthful right there. There you go.
Well, maybe if you would say the mouthful, Canteen, instead of making me guess what the hell you're trying to say, then maybe we have a little better working relationship. No, I'm sure. You know I love you. But no, look at this. So, okay, I did a little cropping action really quick so we can get a little closer view. So who do you think that Cleveland should pick at number 2 or would pick then, Canteen, that would prevent them from wanting to make this trade?
Shedeur Sanders.
Okay, so you think Cleveland should pick Shedeur?
Yes, sir.
Wow. Okay, so you want Cleveland to pick Shedeur to replace Deshaun Watson?
Right.
Is that what I'm hearing? Okay.
Deshaun.
All right. Okay, not a bad pick. What do y'all think about that? Anybody got thoughts on Shedeur to the Cleveland Browns instead at number 2?
My Shedeur thought is he's going to fall a long way, man. I think
That's what I agree with too.
I think coaches are scared of Deion, and I say that because Deion. What has Deion said? I'm not going to coach in the NFL unless it's my son. So you draft his son. Guess what? You have to have that monkey on your back, man. Worrying about, we're going to hire Deion if we don't win. That's a big deal. But I still think if you need a quarterback, I think Shedeur is the second best quarterback in this draft by far. I think there's a big gap between 2 and 3 this year.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go. Jake, you thoughts on that? You think they should take Shedeur in 2?
I would think the Browns would, but they're not going to do it. I'm telling you, the Browns are so stupid that these guys would rather want a star player than draft a damn core for their damn team. Guys already made mistakes with Deshaun. Now dealing with that mess. This would be the perfect thing to do. Get yourself a rookie QB. It erases the did we not just see, not to say it, but what did my Broncos do? We're paying a crap ton to Russ. We said, hey, let's draft a rookie QB. and we can still now get players during the next few years with that bad contract because we have a rookie QB deal for the next 4 years. It's the dumbest thing I've seen Cleveland not even suggest. I'm not even hearing that they're even looking at a quarterback the first round. It's embarrassing. We're dumb, man.
I really thought you were going to go Commanders there, but thanks for being a homer. Go ahead,
It's
Pete.
going to be even more dumb when they just signed one of the best pass rushers to a $500 billion contract, and then they still take Abdul Carter. Watch, that's going to be the pick, Abdul Carter.
See, I'm not even mad at Abdul Carter though. If you now, granted, it would be an unnecessary luxury, but to pair those two together, holy cannolis, your defensive line would be unstoppable.
But then,
it doesn't matter if you can't score.
Yep, that's what
you can't score.
Win those games 10-13 every damn week.
And luxury picks are fine when you're picking bottom of the draft and you're a Super Bowl contender, but they're not fine when you're top 5.
Yep.
Got it. Okay. All right, cool. All right, so then moving on. I did make that trade, so that ended up being then that Will Campbell was taken there as the offensive tackle. I figured the Browns are going to need offensive line to hold down the fort for, I guess Dorian Thompson-Robinson. Shout out to UCLA, who I guess would be their quarterback at that point. So, all right, let's get into some comments here. Clubber D says the Giants want Arch Manning. The march for Arch, baby. Let's go. Brandon Clutch B. Cleveland says Sanders goes to Saints or Steelers. Okay, so we're looking more at the mid round. He also says
he goes to the Saints.
You agree, the Saints? Okay,
yes.
Peach. What do you think? You think the Saints as well, Peach? You're shaking your head.
Saints or Steelers, but I don't see the Saints passing on him. I agree with Brandon, but I don't see the Saints passing on him.
Because Derek Carr is going to need surgery on his shoulder.
Yeah, they're saying he might miss the year already.
Golly.
So if that's the case, you got to move on.
All right. He says Browns and Giants will get Jackson Dart, if he falls to the second round, or Show or Jalen Milroe. All good options in the second, third round.
They can trade back to number 29 in the first round. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, cool.
Get the Commanders more picks.
Right. Clubber D says, I agree with the Saints if he slides. Also says, I can see a jump for Dart in the top 10. Wow. Does anybody agree with that?
No, I don't think nobody's reaching this draft. For
right now,
I can't see that.
I don't see it, but guys, you know how quarterback is, man. You know how quarterback is.
Yeah.
It happens. Remember, nobody thought the Falcons were taking Penix. Ain't no way nobody thought that.
I'll say
who did they take, Canteen?
Oh my! Well, yeah, they took Michael Penix.
Penix.
They took Penix, huh? They took the Penix.
Come on, bros.
I'm about to get off here soon, but I want to tell you my shocker of the draft.
All right, go ahead.
The dumbass Giants, because they lost Saquon, are going to reach for Austin Jeanty.
That's
okay.
That's my shocker. Because of what they just saw and witnessed, that's what they're going to rush into. They're going to go after Jeanty.
I hope so.
Wow.
As a Commanders fan, I would love that. I love Jeanty, but man, picking him that high, woo.
Yeah, picking him that high. You got no offensive line still yet, mate. There's a reason why Saquon looked good, too. I mean, I'm not hating on Saquon, but the offensive line that the Eagles have.
I agree with you. I agree with you that Jeanty's going to the NFC East, but I think it's Dallas. If you want to go there, I think I think Dallas will draft him.
Man, I can't wait.
I got a roll, Professor. I got to get up out of here, man.
Okay. All right. Cool. If you got to go, roll, man. Have a good night, my brother.
Hey, man.
I need you to. Can you send me that when you're ready?
Yeah, we'll do that, man. All right.
All right. Thank you. Brandon says, I told you guys last month, wanted the Steelers to get Dart. Heard that. All right, cool. Hot take. Jake had to roll too. He has to take his wife out, so it's just me and you, Peach. We're going to finish up this mock draft for the audience here. Maybe we can even get us a little – I don't know why this thing is so damn small. Won't even let me change it. Hold on. Damn it, man. Be a little bigger here. Okay. Anyways, let's see. There we go. Boom.
I'll show you a little trade secret. I printed it out.
Much better. Yes, I like it. Yes. All right, cool. So, Brandon says GNT will be a Raider or a Cowboy. A lot of people are saying him to the Raiders. I want us to trade down. As you can see, I don't even have us in the top 8 here. So let's move to number 4 at the Patriots. If Abdul Carter is picked before then he wouldn't be here. But a lot of people are saying the Patriots need to go defense here, either Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter. What are you thinking at this spot?
I think that's exactly what happens. I think they take the leftover. If one of them gets picked, they take the other one, and vice versa, obviously.
Now, if they're both available, who would you think the Patriots would be better off taking?
Well, with who their coach is, I'd say they take Abdul. I think they'll take the pass rusher.
Right. With God
but
bless.
I kind of like taking Travis there because you can also give old May a weapon too on offense. I mean, because he can play both sides of the ball. And
that is true, and that's what they were talking about on ESPN earlier, where they were talking about Travis Hunter possibly going there, is having him play both sides of the ball, having like 20 plays on both sides or something. So, all right. So if that happens, let's say we'll skip the Falcons. I did that for Canteen, but he's not even here anymore, so that doesn't even make any sense. So we'll skip that. We'll say that each of those teams will take whoever. I had the Dolphins trading up for Mason Graham. Again, we don't need to stick on that one. Will Johnson here, another trade by Green Bay. What I want to get to is here, Ashton Gianti down at the bottom with the Cowboys. I have the Cowboys trading up to pick Ashton Gianti at number 8. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I told you earlier. Yeah, I think that's where he goes. If he doesn't go there, I can see him. I can see him going to Chicago. I think Chicago is very interested in him too. They want to get more weapons for Caleb. But yeah, I think you hit the nail on the coffin. I think Dallas. That's their pick.
All right, perfect. And I will go back to the number 6 pick because I know you're saying, oh, well, what happened, Omar? Where did your Raiders go? Yeah. Hold on. I traded out of the 6th pick. I think that the options that were available to us at that point, which are all great options, don't get me wrong. I would love to have Mason Graham. I would love to have Will Johnson. I don't really think we should pick a running back that early, but defense, offensive line, I would love it, but I think we could trade down. And with the trade, we were able to pick up like a first, second, third, and a first next year. So I thought it was pertinent for us to do that. Let me go ahead and bring up the other half of that first round of the mock draft, and we're going to finish off the episode on this. So there we go.
Are you trying to get the Raiders that Manning ammo for next year or what?
Yes, that's exactly right. I am on the March for Arch, baby. The March for Arch. Let's go. Once we lost that game, and you know what game I'm talking about. I think it was to the Chargers or to the Patriots or the Jaguars. Maybe it was the Jaguars. But we lost a game that we shouldn't have lost. And it took us from 2nd in the draft position to like 6th. And we weren't going to get a quarterback from then on out. And I was like, well, that sucks. So anyways, all right. I did the number 9 pick for Jake. He's not here. I wanted to see what he thought about me giving his Broncos Jalen Walker. How do you feel about that pick to the Broncos?
I like that pick there. Like you said, once you get out of the top 5, it's a crapshoot anyways. So yeah, man, you go with what you think is best for that team. So yeah, I like that pick there for sure.
Now McMillan is a very highly rated wide receiver. They're saying he could be a star in this league. I have him going to help Herbert out there since they lost all of their receivers. What do you say to that pick?
Yeah, they definitely need some weapons for Herbert, man. I mean, I don't know, man. He dropped a peg with that playoff performance. That was horrible, man.
Yeah,
I love me some Herbert, but man, that was just so bad. They need weapons, and he has no excuses if they get him some weapons. So he needs to start doing something.
2 more picks here before we get out of here for the night. I want to hear what you have to say about me picking Armand Membu, who falls here out of the top 10, but he goes to Houston to protect CJ Stroud. How do you feel about that?
Well, I mean, that's the position I think they'd be going after trading the Washington Commanders' Laramie Tunsil. They need another left tackle, so I agree with that pick as well.
How do you feel about that Laramie Tunsil trade for y'all?
Oh, I love it, man. The more help for number 5, the better. Like I said,
isn't he still the best? I mean, this side of Trent Williams, he's probably the best offensive lineman in the league.
In pass protection, yeah, he's number 2. So, yeah, trust me, I'm very happy about that, man. It just makes our line a ton better. If we want to talk Commanders, man, the thing that I'm scared about is the defense. I don't think we did really much to fix the run stopping, and we lost pass rushers. But I guess we didn't really have that great of pass rushers anyway, so I don't know if it really matters. I think that's where we have to go in the draft, but when you're picking that low, are you going to really get a game changer at 29? So we'll see what happens.
Right. Clubber D chimes in. A really good point here. If Membu is available at 11, the Niners will take him maybe for a Trent Williams future down the line, possibly replacement or something. Maybe start at the right side, move over to the left later.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. The Niners love fixing the trenches, so that's definitely a possibility.
And then finally, what do you think about me trading down to 16 and picking up Jihad Campbell out of Alabama? I love this kid. I think he's going to be an all-pro linebacker.
I agree that he could, man. And, that's another position. The Raiders need some defense. It is what it is, buddy.
Well, because we lost Spillane. Spillane signed with the Patriots. Divine Diablo stays hurt out of Virginia Tech. Shout out Clubber D. So yeah, we definitely need a linebacker, there in the thing.
Exactly.
One more. Go ahead.
And like I said, I agree with you. I think you're going to go for the quarterback next year. So you might as well fix the defense and then let the offense lose some games.
Exactly. Right. Get some draft position. Look, listen, as they said in Batman, don't stand on ceremony now, Mr. Wayne. Like, come on now. We've been losing games for 25 damn years and made the playoffs once. You think I care about being good for – no, just suck again, get Arch Manning, and let's call it a damn day. All right, I bring up the rest of the draft so everybody can take a look at what I did on the rest of the side as well as Peach can see. I picked up Mykel Williams there for him at 22. What do you think about that defensive pickup for y'all? I know you just talked about needing defense.
We need defense, so I love it. I actually think, though, we possibly could trade down to try to get more picks, especially if a Mr. Dart is still there. Because that 29 is the perfect spot for somebody to jump up that wants to draft a quarterback. Because you don't have to give up a first rounder, probably. You know what I mean? You give up an extra second or third, and you can get the quarterback that you want. So come on, come with it.
So Jackson Dart is your highest second round QB? Is that what I'm hearing?
Easily. He might be a low end first rounder. Well, only because of this year, though, right? It changes year after year. Last year, he would have been like the fifth, sixth quarterback, right?
Right.
He would have been way lower. It just depends on the year, and that's where I think the Giants are kicking themselves in the ass. They should have drafted last year, and now they have to make this decision again. And like I said, I think they're going to skip on it again, and their whole staff's going to get fired. It's meant to be.
Yeah. Did you see any other picks on here that stood out to you?
No, I think I like your mock, man. I think that's about right. We'll see.
Hey, your approval on my mock draft is all I ever need because you are the mock draft expert, and I love that my mock draft has been approved by NFL DMV Insider Shane Peacher. Thank you so much, my brother, for joining us today here on the Bottom Line Sports. Again, y'all, tomorrow, don't forget, Shane Peacher will be back with us again tomorrow. Yes, he's got the jacket on.
Let's go.
He's got the jacket. We're going to talk WrestleMania tomorrow, an episode of Banter, Brawls, and Bravado, special WrestleMania edition. Hot Take Jake, yours truly, the sports professor, Shane Peacher. What you got to say?
We'll see in a past Flair. Come listen tomorrow night and find out my thoughts. 17 coming at ya.
How's that for a tease? Find out what's going to happen, and I can't wait because the difference in opinions between myself, Peach, Hot Take Jake, who will be on the show, and don't forget IOW's Wild Card Mar, our brother, will also be joining us on the stream tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern. It is going to be amazing. If you love wrestling and if you like WrestleMania and you want to find out our predictions and hear us talk a bunch of crap, you have got to check us out 8 p.m. tomorrow night on the Bottom Line Sports, or make sure you're subscribed to Ball and Buds, BALLANDBUDS. There's a handy QR code up top. You can go ahead and scan that if you're on the computer. If not, crop it on your phone and you can still use it. But yeah, you can find us all there. 8 p.m. tomorrow night. We will be back for that. Peach, you got anything else on that?
That's it, man. WrestleMania week. I'm ready to roll. Who's Paul Heyman leaving with? That's another question that will be answered tomorrow.
Yeah.
Let's
all
go.
Right. Super excited, y'all. Make sure you tune in for that. And also, Sunday night, live reaction, night 2 WrestleMania, Clubber D and yours truly, and maybe Shane Peter might join us. Maybe.
I'm down.
Maybe we'll have some friends join us. Hey, thank y'all for tuning in. Hit that like button, even if you're watching on the replay. Subscribe to Ball and Buzz. Join the Bottom Line Sports Facebook group, and we will see you tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern, for WrestleMania edition Banter Balls and Bravado. Holla, 5,000.